Yo, still bills, what's the dead chill, man? Yo, that's yeah, I know the car's driving. Just picked my baby up from daycare, as y'all can see and hear. I'm going to the crib, man. But before I get there, man, we got to talk about my man Anthony Joshua. Shout out to the motherfucking Rico gang, man. Mr. Two Hands Up, man. He's a dude that I definitely look to for his analysis. One of the many that I actually go to. Nothing, babies. I ain't say nothing. I ain't talking to you.
What are you talking?
I'm talking to the homies. Nah, you can't talk to them. But he hit on some good points, man. As it pertains to Anthony Joshua and this Usyk rematch, man. I'm all for the motivational thing. I'm all for it. Some people is just grounded in that. Some people is, you could try as it may be, you could try to bring a certain type of animalistic behavior out of them. That's just not who they are. And they really despise having to get into that mind frame. You dig? Even with me on a personal level, man. For me to get in like this real sinister type of mind frame, it's uncomfortable to me. It's real uncomfortable. I remember me and one of my, my boss that got into it before, and I'm like, man, this is like, I don't like coming at people like this. You dig? This is, it contradicts who I am. I'm too mild-mannered of an individual. I don't like the thorough shit, all that tough guy screaming, barking, I'm beating up. I don't like all that. I don't like all of that at all. It's uncomfortable to me, man. It's really uncomfortable to me. And I think I think that's the case with Anthony Joshua, man. He likes to be in a state of mind that's conducive to just being a cool individual. So I get it, man. I get, he's real articulate with his words, man. He has an extensive vocab. I think he's just a dope individual, man. But for what it is that you're trying to accomplish, you do need to discover that dog. You do need to discover that. You have to get back to a point where it's like, man, fuck, like we shouldn't hear no more motivational speeches, no more motivational quotes. We should be hearing some thugging shit, honestly. We should be hearing that. Because as uncomfortable as it is for me to get into that mind state, it's a necessity because some people don't respect decorum. Some people don't respect, diplomacy. Some people don't respect respect. Some people like that, that animal ambition and that thorough shit, and just you gotta really give them some, all the scrunching your face up at some people just, that's the energy that they're receptive to. They're receptive to that energy. So you do have to know how to turn that on and turn it off. You can take as long as you can take a while for you to turn it on, but you have to know how to turn it on. And I've had to learn that over years. What, baby? Okay, we're gonna, give Mark pow pows. But I've had to learn, rediscover what it means to turn that on. Because sometimes people will just walk all over, they'll doormat you. And it could be people, like I've had people that I would physically violate, feel comfortable enough to me where they can disrespect me because they knew I wouldn't, it's like pulling teeth to trigger that type of reaction out of me. You dig? So if they going through something in their personal life and they got to get some anger off or whatever, just get some, just get some rage off or whatever, and, bark on somebody, I can internalize it and redistribute it to a more, positive outlet. I can do that. I got tough skin or whatever the case may be, man. But you do eventually have to be like, all right, my nigga. You gotta know how to get to that. And I'm hoping that Anthony Joshua knows how to get to that as it pertains to Usyk, because it just seems to be something a little bit different with, him and Vasily Lomachenko after coming with, after this war. That war may have hardened them. Seeing your countrymen die, seeing the ops die or all that. Because, a lot of those soldiers, you got to think, man, them dudes ain't, they ain't necessarily riding for that cause in the sense of like, yeah, we need to, we need to conquer the Ukraine. No, they're soldiers and they're following orders, and that's what a soldier does. He follows orders. So seeing that, that individual, he's only picking up arms because he feels it's a necessity for him, beneficial for his country. That's all he can see. Even though that benefit for his country is to another country's detriment, all they can see is, I'm a soldier, and this is what my commander-in-chief is asking. So this is what I'm going to do. And I can completely disagree with it, but this is what he's asking, and this is a part of being diplomatic, or not be diplomatic, but patriotic. But he may not in his heart want to do that shit. Seeing somebody like that, perish, even if it's the hardest motherfucker who's with all that shit, like, fuck them Ukrainians, I'm about to invade Russia, I'm about to invade them motherfuckers and take. There's some motherfuckers who's like that. But just the sight of seeing somebody transpire and take their last breath, they was just full of life a few seconds ago before you blew that nigga away and sent him to the afterlife. That can take a toll on somebody, for good and for bad. And I think with Vasily Lomachenko and Usyk is kind of hard in them. Like, I already wasn't sweet, but I'm really not coming in here to play no games with you. Like, dog, like you don't get it. Like, Usyk is kind of like staring a hole through this dude. And it's scary because it's with all the respect in the world. Like, I respect you. You didn't have to fight me, but you chose to fight me, and you chose to fight me, and I honor that. Because Tyson Fury ain't coming out. He may not even, if Usyk beats him, he probably isn't gonna come out of retirement to fight him. Wilder ain't going nowhere near them. So the fact that Joshua was willing to be like, all right, cool, I got you, I honor my mandatory, he's like admirable of that, but it's still a hurt business. We can both die. Like, we're licensed to kill one another, legally kill one another in this ring. And if need be, I'm looking to gun you down, especially after watching some of my countrymen get gunned down. So he's already coming into this fight with with a chip on his shoulder. He's already coming in here like, my nigga, like, I'm finna crash shit right now, bro. I'm finna bomb you. The same buildings that was bombing in the Ukraine, I'm bombing that. I'm him. So you gotta rediscover that animal instinct, dog. You gotta be like, nah, bro. I'm the bigger man, and I'm gonna treat you like I'm the bigger man. I'm coming in there to knock your ass down. I'm not coming in there to fence and paw behind the jab, which I ain't looking to pump I ain't looking to do none of that. I ain't looking to do nothing other than running you over. And that needs to be the mentality that he adopts. Otherwise, it's gonna be September all over again, and I don't want that for him. I want that man to go on and fight Tyson Fury, because that's a fight that was owed to us from last summer that we didn't get because of the arbitration ruled in favor of Deontay Wilder. And we've been denied undisputed heavyweight championship supremacy for I don't know how many years now, since Deontay Wilder honestly became a champion. And who better than to do it than the two biggest faces in the division? Usyk he may be the most talented, and I honestly think he is the most talented, but he's not the biggest face in the division. He's not the biggest name in the division. He's not the name that's going to get everybody buying tickets to come and see him. That would be Joshua and Fury. We about to, babies. And that's who I want to see. That's who I want to see. I want to see them two run that. And so I hope he wins. And just not on that alone, just I want the best for him, because he's the only heavyweight that hasn't ducked no drama. He's the only heavyweight. Like, man, I'm welcoming all challengers, man. And for somebody to be the motivational individual that he is, that kind of goes against his character. I'm with all that. I'm with all that. And I dig that. I fuck with Joshua. But I do need him to get in his bag and become that. I need him to become Debo. I need him to become Debo. You too big to be pawing the jab. You too big to be looking for the right countering opportunities. No, them ain't gonna come in this fight. You can do that with Pulev. You can do that with Dillian White. You can do that with Andy Ruiz. You can do that with Joseph Parker. You cannot do that shit with Usyk. It's not gonna work. His boxing brain, motherfucker's Krang, dog. He's cranging that motherfucker with the boxing brain. And you're not, it's just, bro. Not with him. So I need you to use your skill set and your physical advantages to your advantage. And go in there and step on this dude. And if you don't, I just need to know that you actually put up a fight to do that. I need to know that. The thing is with Usyk, we're gonna ride around a little bit more, baby, okay?
Okay.
The thing is with Usyk, is after that first fight, you saw,
Bobby.
I said we're gonna ride around just a little bit more. After that first fight, you saw the physical wear and tear on his body off of, because Joshua didn't do that much work in that fight. He won maybe 5 rounds, maybe. That's a stretch. You could say 4 rounds or 3 rounds, and I wouldn't argue it. I got to go back and rewatch it because it hurts to watch. But in them rounds that he did that little bit of work in, look at the amount of damage he was able to accumulate. I'm talking about a cut eye, dog. Like, he looked like he was in a physical back and forth confrontation with somebody. He's there to be hit. He's there to be hit. And when somebody is able to give you that, give off that amount of damage to somebody off of that little bit of work, that should give you all the confidence in the world that you need to go and be successful, to go out there and do what it is you need to do. I didn't see somebody who's unable to get those shots off. I didn't see somebody who's unable to do that. I saw somebody who was gun shy, and I saw somebody who was just like, oh, this is really happening to me. I saw somebody who was in there void of a game plan. I saw somebody in there who was searching for answers, and he couldn't find them. You know what you need to do to go in there and be successful in this fight, man. Usyk was not, Usyk got hit with some big shots. You seen him get clipped to the body, and he took a step back like, oh, I definitely ain't trying to go through that again. So this, I need you to be the big man that you are and go in there and go to work on these. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you don't take nothing else away from that fight, look to the fact of what you were able to do in that little pocket of success that you had. You was able to cut that man and blemish that man's face and hurt him to the body, and that little bit of, that minute success, man. Use that. Use that. Because that success is going to amplify itself if you apply yourself. And whether you win is that's a different ball game right there. I think you could win, but even if you don't win, you still got a fan in me. But if you lose, I just want to know that you went out there, you tried to win. That's all we can ask for, King. So shout out to the Reaper for making me speak on this, man. And that's all I really got to say about it, man. I'm going in the house. Deuces.